Here, we ask you to complete Problem 5 in Module 2, Investigation 3. In this problem, Jane walks again. Recently, we have been working hard to understand what it means for two quantities to change together at a constant rate of change. We have come to represent this kind of a relationship by saying that if x represents the value of quantity A, and y represents the value of quantity B, then y changes at a constant rate with respect to x when, as x and y change together, the change in y is always some constant number m times as large as the change in x. So, in Problem 4 in Module 2 Investigation 3 that we discussed in class, we could investigate the relationship between x and y to see if their changes fit our definition for constant rate of change. In Part A, we can pick two xy pairs to see how they change together. We see that as x increases from -2 to 0, the change in x is 2. Similarly, as y changes from 8 to 2, the change in y is -6. With this relationship, -6 is -3 times as large as 2. So m may be -3 if it remains constant throughout this problem. Let's check the second and third xy pairs to see how they change together. As x increases from 0 to 5, the change in x is 5. Similarly, as y changes from 2 to -13, the change in y is -15. With this relationship, -15 is -3 times as large as 5. So it looks like the constant rate of change, m, in this problem, is -3. And we can write a formula to say the change in y equals -3 times the change in x. We have a formula for expressing delta y in terms of delta x now. But what about a formula to express y in terms of x? Well, recall that we reasoned that when there is a constant rate of change between x and y, the graph of that relationship between these two variables is a straight line, and the constant rate of change is the slope. So the formula that expresses y in terms of x will be y equals -3 times x plus the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the value of y when x is 0. Our table tells us this value of y is 2. Thus, as we wrapped this formula up earlier, the formula to express y in terms of x is y equals -3 times x plus 2. Using your understanding of the concepts we just reviewed, answer all parts of Question 5 in Module 2, Investigation 3. Be sure to provide solid descriptions of your answers when you are asked to explain or describe what you notice. Submit your answers to all parts of Question 5 in Module 2, Investigation 3 using your instructor's preferred method by the time and date that your instructor has identified.